Dr. Pilch, the next item on this agenda is an Early College Academy update. I'm looking to you to take this wand and go someplace with it.
Well, I'm happy to do that. Thank you, President DeWitt. Well, you know, I cannot take credit for us having Early College Academy here in District 6, but it is my pleasure and truly my honor to see the school launched and to get to be a part of this inaugural year of Early College Academy. This is a tremendous milestone for District 6. For us to have high school students leave us with an Associate's Arts degree because of the partnership we've been able to build with Ames Community College and because of the work that you all did as a Board of Education over the last year and the work that the staff did here in preparation for this. That's why we have Early College Academy, and this will make a difference for many students in District 6. So I'm excited to introduce tonight Dr. Stacy Dattery and Mr. Gordon Boschman, who are going to share with you just an update. You know, like I said, I'm 3 months in. Well, they're about a month and a half in over there, 2 months. And so we want them to give us a little bit of an update, give you a chance to ask questions or make comments as we're kind of a quarter in almost here to the school year. And then I think they're also going to introduce the staff, who I know are very proud of the work they've gotten to do so far. And we're sure proud of the work you've done so far. So thank you to all of you. And I'll turn it over to you, Dr. Dattery.
Thank you, Superintendent Pilch and President DeWitt and members of the school board. I am pleased to bring to you this evening an update on Early College Academy. This school opened this year, and it is the first of its kind, not only in our district, but also really locally in this region to be open and available for students. We are so fortunate to have this partnership with Ames and to bring this kind of an opportunity to our students. And while we have been planning and preparing for this school for a good 2 years now, it is really nice to be able to see it in action and to have our first students be able to be with our instructors at Early College Academy. Early College Academy, as I mentioned, is the first of its kind here in District 6. And many of our students have now had the opportunity to think about how they will gain college credit while they're in high school. And that makes the school quite different. Here, students will be able to earn a 2-year college degree simultaneous to earning their high school diploma, all within 4 years, and it is completely tuition-free. While the coursework is rigorous, the support systems that we've put in place with our instructors have been able, enable our students to be able to access that kind of college-level coursework that they engage in every day. The academic seminar is critical for student success, and it has already proven to be beneficial for them as they are taking these classes and going through this coursework. Ames Community College has also been an amazing partner in this endeavor from the minute the idea was born to now having it come to fruition. And I would like to take a minute to recognize briefly our instructors and our staff at this School of Innovation, our Early College Academy, many of whom, not quite all were able to join us, but many of you have been able to join us. So if you could please stand and join us. We have our high school faculty as well as our Ames community faculty. Yes, please stand. Please stand to be recognized. And if you could just join me. Do you want to introduce them, Gordon? Do you want to just kind of go down the line?
Sure, absolutely. This is Libby Klingsmith. She's an associate dean from Ames Community College, kind of my right partner.
Yes.
And then we have Andrea Swartz, who teaches Spanish from Ames Community College. We have Mark Moody, who teaches in social sciences. We have Dr. Ritchie, who teaches science from the district. And we have Amelia Bucklew, who also teaches Spanish from Ames Community College. We have Jody Rupel as a math teacher, a longtime math teacher in the district, and we're very fortunate to have her in our building. And we have Lisa Harrison, who's the secretary in our building. And then we also have Kara Roberts, who is our academic, or is an advisor in our building, and also teaches financial literacy in our building.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Really glad you're here.
And I would just like to recognize Mr. Gordon Boschman. He is our principal of Early College Academy, and I believe you've all had the opportunity to meet him. Gordon comes to us with many years of high school experience, and he's done a tremendous job of taking this leadership opportunity and opening this new school in our district with these folks alongside. He has created class schedules. He's created numerous school activities already. He has had countless meetings with parents, our students, the instructors, and the staff to create this kind of environment that supports our students to be successful in this completely different model of schooling. And I just want to thank you, Gordon, for agreeing to come and open this school with us and to take this opportunity on. So I'm going to turn it over to you as you talk a little bit about enrollment.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Dattery. It truly is my honor to serve as the principal of Early College Academy. And I'm very pleased to share some details about this amazing educational partnership and opportunity for students in our community. We are very excited about our 145 freshmen and sophomores whose families have chosen ECA for their high school career. We have approximately twice as many freshmen as we have 10th graders and twice as many females as we have male students in our building. The ethnic makeup of our students nearly matches the districts where 2/3 of our population is from an Hispanic background and 1/3 is from Caucasian background. Our master schedule is built on a 7-period day where every day has the same schedule. A student's schedule really will only change at the semester. So every day they have the same 7 periods. Our combined academic program permits students to earn both high school credit as well as college credit toward an Associate of Arts degree at Ames Community College. And in reality, our students are building 2 transcripts, a high school transcript as well as a college transcript. For example, our freshmen and sophomores are able to earn high school credit in their Spanish 1 and Spanish 2 at the high school level, as well as Spanish 111 and Spanish 112 at the college level. This is the same for American government and world geography. And with this combined academic program, ECA students will earn 7 high school credits in each their freshman year and their sophomore year, while simultaneously earning 8 credits, college credits, sorry, as freshmen in their sophomore year. This is probably the best 2-for-1 educational deal offered in public high school. Again, all tuition free for our students. Starting a brand new high school with college-going students who are 14 years old and 15 years old is an exciting and challenging endeavor. Okay, we have 30 students who have indicated that they plan to participate in 1 or more district athletic programs at one of our 3 comprehensive high schools. Currently, we have 12 students participating in fall sports at other district high schools. 3 weeks ago, our students participated in election campaigns. There's a little picture on there. That was our little voting box that we had. And so in order to build our first student council, and even after the official positions at our freshman and sophomore high school were filled, many students have been stepping up to participate on committees to establish traditions at Early College Academy. This past Wednesday, we had 30 students after school from 3:30 to 4:30 meet with 5 faculty members to plan activities for our first semester. This week is our first Spirit Week, and so some of us have hat hair because we wear crazy hats all day, and slippers. I did take them off, but I did wear them for most of the day. And our Spirit Week will end with an all-school dodgeball tournament on Friday after school. Our student leaders are also planning some after-school events at the end of October, which will include extended family members. There's a formal dance that is planned for early December, and numerous clubs have been started at ECA, including a Spanish club, including a gaming club, and there's a strong interest in starting a robotics club in our buildings. So what makes Early College Academy unique? We are working very hard to blend curricular and academic expectations into a coherent unit, with high school and college level work melded into a single academic program that meets requirements, again, for high school diploma, and it gives college credit through Ames Community College. We are truly integrating the high school and college experiences together. We have high expectations in terms of high academic expectations for all students, but we combine this with high levels of academic support. Every student was issued a touchscreen laptop computer when they walked in the door. Every student has a daily academic seminar period on their schedule where math and writing tutors are available to assist them. Every instructor at ECA has a master's level or higher training in their subject specialty, and our academic program at ECA aims to maximize student opportunity, maintain high rigor, and provide student support throughout the process.
So I would just like to take a quick minute and share with you some of our next steps, because as you know, we're continuing to grow this school. That we started this year, it's our first year, and we're continuing to think about what is it that our students need from us, and how can we continue to grow the school so that it really is an amazing opportunity, and we've got many students waiting at the door ready to come in. And so one of the things that we've talked about that we really need to start really thinking about already, even though it's just 6 weeks in, it is time for us to start thinking about that ongoing development, rather, of curriculum, including the 11th grade curriculum. So as our students are moving through the years, they're going to take more college level coursework, and we need to really think about what is it that what are their interests, how can we accommodate that, what's their schedule look like, what's our staffing need to look like, that course alignment so that it continues to be not only fulfilling the high school requirements, but also that of the AA degree. And so we will continue to work on that, and that begins now. We will also want to evaluate and develop any further facility needs that may be required for our students at Early College Academy. We are reviewing and assessing the needs for science, as well as any additional classroom space that we need for our students. Of course, this is dependent on the aforementioned work of the curriculum development, and as we continue to evaluate and determine what the curriculum needs are, we'll continue to ensure that the facility is where it needs to be as we develop and have that ongoing process. And finally, as we monitor implementation, we need to measure the effectiveness of Early College Academy as it relates to the measures that were outlined first in the innovation plan that we set forth, as well as any additional measures that we outline in the School Unified Improvement Plan, and our expectations as a district to ensure that these students are successful. So in closing, I just want to give a huge thank you to you first, to our Board of Education for support of this program. Also to the Board of Trustees for Ames for their ongoing support in this partnership for our students. It has been a great start. Had a few little bumps. We were chatting about what some of those little minor things is. You're just getting it up and going. But they've done an amazing job, and our students are settling in, and we're very excited to be able to get through this first year and continue to grow this amazing opportunity for our students. So I thank you for your time this evening, and this concludes our report.
Well, I see a couple of folks who have comments or questions, so here they come. Mr. Hall.
I think it was 2 days before ECA was due to open. I stopped by because I wasn't able to be at the ceremony, and met Gordon. He took me on a tour, and I didn't see any way in the world he was going to make 2 days and be open. But he did, and they did. The staff did. I mean, most of the classrooms didn't even have the desks set up. Gordon still had his paintbrush, I think, in his hand from going around and finishing. And the teachers and staff were busily going to it. But Gordon said, we'll be open. We'll be open for business on time. And they were. Recently, there was a fairly major national personality that issued a statement publicly to the federal government and to the nation as a whole, and forgive me because I can't remember who it was now, but it was in the news media, and basically it was a challenge for the nation to take education or make education a priority. And it was really that simple. I mean, he had some fairly verbose words to say, but it boiled down to making it, he challenged to make it a priority. Here in where we're at in District 6, we have recently implemented Weld County has recently implemented the scholarship program for any Weld County student that graduates. The Greeley Dream Scholarship, I can't remember. I don't remember the proper name. But the other, no, there's Bright Futures, but there's also College Promise. And then the ACE Foundation, or the ACE program out of Greeley, which is helping District 6. The city of Greeley, the city of Evans, the amazing partnership with Ames and with UNC, the Career Pathways program, AVID, and now the EarlyCollege Academy. Folks, we're leading the nation in making education a priority, and it's you folks that deserve all the credit. So I say thank you. This is a big thing to take on. It was an unknown. It was a challenge at times, but we're here. So I'd just like to say thank you. Nobody can doubt that commitment here, that we take education as a priority for our kids.
Thanks, Mr. Hall. Mr. Hafley, have you changed your mind?
Well, I have a couple of questions.
Okay, thank you.
You know, when Mr. Moody teaches American government and geography, and you said you could get dual credits on it, I believe. So does an individual, if John Hafley gets 75% and passes the class, does he get both a high school credit as well as the associates, towards the associate's degree, or do you need to get a 75 for the high school and a 90% for the college? How does that work, please?
In order to get college credit, you have to have a C or above.
Right.
Okay.
So
okay, that's all I need to
So
know.
at the district level, I suppose you could get a D or above to get high school credit, but you have to have a C or above at the college level to get the college transcript.
Okay, then my next question, I have two more questions. Then with the academic seminar, is that a CTL as well as, I assume, study, and what types of things are taught in the academic seminar, please?
It is in terms of how to use library systems, in terms of how to do like study skills for students. So they have that on their schedule, and part of that class is in instruction how to be a college student, how to access resources, how to do research, how to cite things on essays, those kinds of things, how to write projects at the college level. And so that's part of that course, and we do have tutors in that room as well. So we have a librarian or an interactive media center person there who leads that instruction. But during the study time of that academic seminar, there's a math tutor, which is, I believe, a former student of Jody's. And there's also a writing specialist that's in there helping students with that when they're working individually. So the supports are in place so that the kids can be successful at the college level.
Okay, and then my last one. How do the vast majority of your students get to school?
We have about, I would say, about 40 students that ride the GET transportation. The city has been amazing with that. We put 3 crosswalks in the last 3 weeks when we realized 11th Street, obviously one bus is going the other direction, and when they drop students off. So we've got about 40 students, I said, taking the GET transportation, and the rest are being dropped off by parents or carpooled, and we've got a system that works fairly efficiently for kids to be dropped off in the morning and picked up.
And I really appreciate everything you all have done, and you deserve incredible kudos, like Mr. Hall said. I kind of, these guys all know, I worry about the 7 a.m. start time. I hope that somehow we can revisit that, because it's tough on students as well as
It is
staff.
early. It starts at, our classes start at 7:30.
Yeah.
Classes start at 7:30 and
That's
go till
different than
3.
what we have.
And
Okay.
they are to align a little closer with the high school schedule, so that, so as long as the time is that 7:15 to 3:15 at the high school, and in that way, then they can get back and be on the same schedule for extracurriculars.
Right.
So
So students
it
can get
is-
to the other high schools to
Participate.
participate in football or soccer or volleyball.
Right, right.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Elise?
So as board members, we talk a lot about innovation, and this is innovation at its core. And all of you are going to get the credit for doing this successful work, but then also the headache of trying to get this off the ground. So we know that you're putting in extra time, extra effort, and we thank you for that. This is so important for our kiddos. And just know that you're the pioneers of this program, and you'll forever be remembered for this. And we're all in this together, so thank you for all your hard work. And if there's anything we can do, please don't hesitate to reach out to us as a board.
Dr. Richard?
Well, it is exciting to see this come to fruition, and thank you for your efforts on that as well. One of the other things that we talk about as a board is access and opportunity for students to enter into these special programs, and so I'm excited to see that the ethnicity reflects the demographics of our district, and those students have that opportunity to be there and learning. Probably the gender issue, the 2-to-1 female to male, none of us ever guessed that part, but excited to see that ethnicity mix. Could you tell us a little bit more about the support systems for your students? So for instance, when you've got a 14, 15-year-old in 9th grade taking the American government class, which is a college level class, tell us how that works for a student who maybe runs into some difficulties with that.
Okay. Not the magic of it, but how we've done this is to take a 15-week semester-long course and spread it over a whole year. So it's 36 weeks. So rather than, meeting every day, well, we do meet every day, but rather than having that course meet every day for a short 15 weeks, it's spread over 36. So the breadth of it is just spread out so that you don't have to present the information quite as quickly. So there's time to absorb it. There's time to do projects that may take a little bit longer. So there are writing supports, just like that academic seminar for students. And even our financial literacy class, I know that Kara works on that too, in terms of what does it mean to be a college student? How much time are you going to have to put in at home studying for this? I mean, if the expectation is, generally we've all heard this as college students, 1 hour of instruction is 2 hours of homework, right? We heard that. I don't know if all of us studied 2 hours for every hour of instruction. However, the difference is you have to be committed to it. We're going to support you to be successful. We're going to do the best we can to give you all the tools that you can be successful, but you are going to have to commit to it. You're going to have to put the time in. And the nice thing is that it is spread out over a whole school year for each of those courses.
Thank you.
Mr. Richardson?
Hi again, thank you, and thanks for taking a chance with us on this program, and I really appreciate all the work. I just have a quick question. I don't know who it's, but I think about as a board, this is kind of a pioneering exercise for us, and it's a new experience, and we'll learn a lot. And I wonder, I think about the opportunity it provides to kids, and sometimes I wonder if we might do ourselves a disservice by only offering this type of program at one school. And I wonder how scalable this might be as we learn and develop a curriculum into getting it into more high schools, so that regardless of which high school you attend, you have the opportunity to gain this type of opportunity. I don't know if that's something that can have a retort or is just a comment, but Dr. Pilch, do you have any thoughts on that?
So I really appreciate your creativity and your thinking about this, Mr. Richardson, because absolutely, I think as we watch what occurs here, there's certainly no reason that we can't look at, can this be scaled up? And we have a school day now that allows students to opt into 8 periods a day or block schedule of 4 per day, 2 days a week, which says to me that there's certainly time in our school day to look at some other options within our comprehensive high schools. And as we roll out our new mission, vision, values, and goals, and we begin to build that strategic plan, I think we would be remiss if we didn't look to Early College Academy and to the staff and the leadership there to say, what have they done well that we might want to be looking at to duplicate in our other schools? So I appreciate the question a lot. Thank you.
Because I have one other comment, and you have to answer, but I'm kind of thinking about students and access to extracurriculars and the opportunities that might be more abundant at the traditional comprehensive high schools. Are there, and maybe other things that maybe you're realizing may not be as robust as they could be? Do we have a mechanism for getting that information communicated and, from parents and students, and how we can as a board or as administration know how to give you better tools or how to help the system work better for students? Because I don't know if you offhand are noticing things immediately that are challenging for students, if they're missing opportunities.
I don't know if kids are missing opportunities. I think there seemed to be a bit of a perception that they couldn't do it all if they chose Early College Academy.
Okay.
But the first day we had kids there, I met with every student and said, do you want to participate in extracurricular sports, in athletics? Give me your name. I will communicate with district athletic directors so you can do that. This is not going to hold you back from doing that. And so that's why we had more than 30 kids that want to participate in it, and we have 12 that are doing it right now. There are kids walking in the morning with their shoulder pads, and we're putting them in a corner, and they leave early, just like if they got a game on Thursday night, a home game or things like that. They leave early just like any other high school to do that.
Okay.
I think it is a little unique. I suppose the fine arts in terms of music, that might be a bit of a challenge for us to offer in our building. But there are some options for juniors and seniors that are going to be taking classes, and all their classes are going to be taken on our campus, but it does give them the option to take some more fine arts classes if they want to do that in the evening, that we can tag that onto their program for free. So those kind of things, or it could be in computer science, it could be whatever programs that are on campus that may have evening classes, we can fit that onto their schedules too if they so desire.
Great, thanks.
Mr. Hafley has a comment.
I do. Now that you know what you know, I think that will assist you in your recruiting component, because I think there were too many questions about things like that.
Yeah.
And I think by you just saying that iConference or somebody within your staff conferences and says, you have these things that are available to you outside of this building, I think that's a positive thing, and I think that's a great way to help market and sell, so we put more backsides and seats for this
Right.
next year.
There were a lot of unknowns. We said they could do athletics, but how's this going to work? How's my kid going to get there? And transportation is working either by carpool or by the Get Bus. They can get where they need to. They're not missing practice, so they get to kind of best of both worlds in many ways.
Well, it's exciting to have this cadre of volunteers in this scientific experiment. It's not a risky situation. Other districts have done it quite well. It's a newbie for us, and so we're looking to you to continue to let Mr. Boschman know what that feedback is that the board needs to hear. We benefit from those things that you're learning along the way, and I was impressed when we were at the ribbon cutting ceremony, listening to members of the faculty talk about how they were going to initiate steps to allow any student, regardless of their background and their anticipation of going to college, to find a way to get through this, and those initial steps of how can I teach somebody to be prepared college student, how can I assure the parents that this isn't something that they're going to lose an opportunity in some way. So we have the right people in these positions, and we're anxious to get the feedback. As part of any good experiment, we need to get feedback so we can continue to serve those students well. So you can hear that we're thrilled and grateful. So thank you very much.
You're very welcome.